Hi, it's been a minute, and I don't know what to say, but yeah, thanks for the ride for the past 3 seasons. And this is a new year, this is a new episode. I would like to say this is a new me, but that's going to be a lie. Anyone listening to this, I just want to ask, how have you been? You can answer it, you can send me a DM, you can respond whichever way you can. Personally, I've been fine. I've been great. A bit stressed out. Been doing a lot of work, background work that I hope to be able to update you on in due time. So some of the things I've been doing of late is probably reading more, watching quite a number of YouTube videos, and trying to grow myself because of some task or job I want to be taking on soon. And I stumbled on something of recent which necessitated this episode after recording 2 other previous episodes that I just felt like they weren't necessary to be published yet. So what I figured out was that we are somewhat in an age where people are constantly lonely. So I think I'm the kind of person that I have quite a number of friends, but fortunately and unfortunately, most of them aren't around, so we don't get to see a lot. Yeah, I meet some friends of recent at church. My roommate is my friend. I have one of my other friend that crashes with me for some time or just comes around. Then I also have a few friends that we get to see once in a while. I have some friends that we get to talk. We have to schedule our calls sometimes, so but yeah. But off the top of my head, I just realized that it's almost as if we don't talk anymore. Generally, this doesn't cut across me personally, cut across everyone I probably know. It's that I think we live in this day and time where we just get glued to our screens. I realize that I'd probably prefer just working all day than even picking up the phone and talking to someone. And that's very unusual for me, because there was a time I really enjoyed talking to people, talking to every other one. And this episode is not to say I'm lonely, so probably if you're thinking that's what I'm heading, I'm not. So but I just realized that some people might be. I had to do some personal checkup to be sure that I am not lonely, right? And also realized that I probably was slowly getting into that mode where I just feel lonely. Now, you might be saying, yeah, I go out, I do these things, but you can still be lonely whilst you do all these things, because in our generation, you can go out without even talking to someone, or you can probably talk to people but without having an actual conversation. You just have something like, hey, how are you doing? Some small talk and you're on your way, right? And that really got me curious, if you think about it, is that do we slowly fall into this state without ourselves even consciously knowing about these things? And I would just like to say, if you feel lonely, if you feel like everything is just going around you and you can't catch a break, I think just take a pause, pick up your phone and talk to somebody. I don't think there's a better, off the mind, I can't even think of any other better solution that would work. Talking to someone is probably the fastest and easiest way to stop being lonely or stop feeling lonely. And you can take further step to probably interacting with other people. So I think I listed out a few points of how to help someone that is feeling lonely. So one of the major points here is one, use social media less. Now, it might sound like, yeah, you have heard this a lot of times, but you don't know how to stop, or you have to use social media because of work, and we always have all these excuses for ourselves. And it's very true, right? And I would not say anything otherwise, because even me myself, I'll probably have made the argument. But we all have to just make conscious efforts to use social media less. It's a tool. So think about it this way, right? If whilst we're growing up, right, there were times when, for some of us that had toys, I think I had toys for a few periods. After that, I can't remember having toys for a long time. But there were times when you could play with your toys, and for that reason, you liked the toys, but you knew that you only had a few moments of time to spend with it, which made every time you spent with it more valuable and more intentional, more personal. And yeah, you feel bad when it's taken from you, but the next time you get to play with that toy, you use it better. If you catch my drift, yeah. But what I'm just trying to say is that you can schedule times you spend on social media. You can. And I'm not saying necessarily that. So for someone like me now, right, it almost sounds as if I'm a hypocrite. Because the funny part is, I actually take steps to do this. So what I mean by that is that my 9 to 5, we communicate via WhatsApp. So, and that's a social media platform. And I have to be on WhatsApp almost every time within the periods of 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. to be able to get people's messages and respond to them. And even sometimes I probably have to be online longer than that due to my other side gigs, because I get to work with clients and they primarily communicate with me via WhatsApp. So because of these reasons, I probably am always online, but not necessarily always on social media. So I took necessary steps to do that. One of the things I did was like mute everybody on my WhatsApp status. I avoid posting on my WhatsApp status. I'm not saying everybody should do this, because I'll probably even have to resume posting on my WhatsApp status because of some things I'm cooking in the background with some of my friends. And I also set the social media time out for my other apps like Instagram, because I use Instagram a lot, for Snapchat. Yeah, those two, because those are like the probably other two social media platforms I use aside WhatsApp. So what I'm just trying to drive at is, I'm trying my best to use social media less. So, and one thing I realized is when I figured out, okay, have you gotten up to the max? So I probably set like 25 to 30 minutes to spend on Instagram for a day, and it's reset at the end of the day. So I think there's an app called Digital Wellbeing for Android. I think for iOS is something called Screen Time. And I realized that after that time has been done, I then have to be more creative about what is it I'm doing. So is it like, am I going to call someone to check up on the person? Am I reading? Am I watching a tutorial? Am I just trying to watch a movie? Yeah, but at the same time, I just have to be creative. And even for movies, well, this is something I'm still trying to work on. But I think I watch movies a lot, especially when it comes to series. But yeah, also sometimes I just try to okay, when I'm taking a break, I consciously just watch movies because that's easy to calm my head down. But when I want to work, I work. And so what I'm just trying to drive at is that just find a way to reduce your screen time if it's not absolutely necessary. I can't say that for someone that works in tech, because screen time is how you get paid, so you probably have to use screen time a lot. But what I mean is that when after work, you try to not consciously just go online, just try to take time off, interact with other human beings. That's another reason why I like to read physical books, like that the smell, everything. And when I'm on my phone or reading on my laptop, I get easily distracted. So, and I always think of something, searching for something every time. So yeah, that's one. Then I think the second thing I wrote down was I already spoke about it. Interact with humans, be more intentional about interacting with humans, right? So in the sense that you get to plan hangouts with friends, you get to go out, you get to interact with people, talk to people, meet new people, make friends. This is me speaking to myself, right? But at the same time, this would help. I am trying my best and I'm taking steps to this. So spend time with family, spend time with friends, invite them over, go check up on friends. See, people are going through a lot, and I think by now everybody knows that. And it will only be helpful if you at least make those unscheduled calls with your friends, check up how they are doing. Sometimes it's hard for people to just let you know that, oh, I'm going through a lot, if it's just the first time you're calling, right? But probably keep checking up on people, and someone probably you maybe you'll be able to help people out. Yeah, please call me too if you're listening to this. Then use technology less. This also sounds like, why would I say something like this? But yeah, it's easy for us to get sucked into technology, right? It's designed in such a way that you get to use it. It's like you get a high of dopamine every time whenever you get to use this thing. So try to find a way to reduce the use of technologies. What I mean by that is your screen time also is the falls back there. Social media, games, all these things. Try to interact with more human beings, and that helps a lot. Yeah, I don't have so much things to say, but I hope you enjoyed this episode. I'm trying to be more spontaneous about rant on my head for season 4. That's why I've not really like pushed anything out yet, but I'm trying to be more spontaneous, like how I started, and I feel like some people ask for that, so it's not as if I'm just more rigid and always being serious on my on my rants these days. But yeah, have a wonderful rest of 2024. I look forward to the great things we do together. Yeah, bye.